welcome. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee, and today is a special morning coffee. I have a partner now. Miss Charlene Chamberlain is my new co-host for Morning Coffee. They said that they had to get a beautiful face to this ugly mug here, so we brought Charlene on, and every morning we're going to come to you daily and talk about some of the hot topics. We have celebrities that we're going to be interviewing. The show's going to run from 9 to 11 every morning, so you know what, and if you miss it, it's on demand. That's today's world. So, Char, what's going on today? What do we got going?
First I want to say this week is one of my most favorite weeks because it's almost Valentine's Day, and that is probably my almost top holiday because of flowers and chocolate.
Well, if Charlene's husband is watching, guess what? You just got queued up, honey.
But you know, it's really interesting. Valentine's Day really wasn't named a holiday until 1537, and it was King Henry VIII. And Henry VIII, who had many of his wives executed, was the king that actually said, "Yes, let's make this a holiday."
Well, wait a minute, was that before Valentine's, so you didn't have to celebrate it?
I'm not sure. But not everybody in the world celebrates Valentine's Day. The U.S. does, Canada does, Australia, the U.K., France and Mexico as well.
You know what? You told me that when we were doing our pre-show stuff, and I didn't use it.
I know.
I figured, you know what? Love is supposed to be everywhere.
Well, I think love is everywhere. They just don't buy those Hallmark cards.
Okay, I'll go with that.
So speaking of chocolate, our very first guest for Morning Coffee is Carol Rynex, and she's the owner of Chocolate Pretzel Heaven in Echo, New Jersey. Hi, Carol. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Thank you for having me today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Welcome, Carol.
So tell us all about your shop. I know you're in an old train station?
Well, it's actually an old general store. It's
Okay.
100 years old, and we have about 600 feet in the front, and we started back in 2006, and it usually all the people in the town. It's a small town of 300 years old, and I was really doing good.
Well, I gotta ask you this question. Before we go any further about chocolate, is there really an echo of this?
Well, it's in that book of Who's Who in Acta, and my son bought it from school once, but it's supposed to be this little boy that is down on Burtonville Road and plays basketball and whatever. We haven't seen it.
I saw on History Channel, and I'm trying to dig it up so we can get on one of our shows.
That's really interesting.
Anyway, back in
Well,
chocolate.
wait, before you say that, our next guest may be able to help us with that, so we'll have to ask her.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your chocolate? So you have a storefront.
We have a store, but we actually have one where we make everything, and then we have two co-ops, one in Ocean City and one in Claremont, New Jersey.
Nice, nice. Now when you say there's a difference, and I come from the canning business a little, so you actually make your own chocolates and grow them. You actually melt them down, and not in like a little pan. The audience, and everybody's used to taking the wafers and put in there.
Right, no, we have our own chocolate. We use Wilbur chocolate. From Kettle Farm or
Nice.
Stable for the milk. And we'll also do my chocolate as well.
These guys just don't get it, but all the different, flavors you're talking about. And you know what? Wilbur buds.
Oh, they're very
Let
popular.
me tell you what Hershey's, your thieves. The real original Hershey Kiss were what the
Wilbur
Kiss Wilbur bud. And no one knows about it.
And I believe we're from Ohio, the Wilbur Buds.
I believe so. I think so.
I think they did.
You know what? We're going to have to check that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Carol. Milk, white, or dark? What's the most popular flavor for chocolate this year?
Well, I know with the health benefits of chocolate, dark is usually the most popular. And then I would say separately would be milk, and lastly white.
Yeah. And you know what? People think, when they think of dark chocolate, they think of, that really sweet. I know some of the holistic folks out there say that if you use the chocolate, it has to be like, was it 90 or 89%?
Yeah.
To where if you're a real chocolate lover, you can probably take it, but if you're not going to really take it.
I like that very dark and very bitter.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
I
do as well.
I like it that way.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I mean, being from the candy business, I know that, dark chocolate also, like, would make me race. It was like drinking like 2 cups of
Oh,
coffee.
definitely.
You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? I'd sneak into the chocolate room and get a chocolate covered Oreo or something like that.
Or your morning coffee.
My morning coffee, of course, and I would be buzzing around.
Plenty of caffeine in
Plenty of
chocolate.
caffeine.
Right.
So what's your favorite chocolate piece that you guys make there?
We make all different types, but our core business is our chocolate pretzels. And we do a variety of different flavors and, aren't really on the shelf. We do a Death by Chocolate, which is dark
Right.
chocolate, with the semi-sweet chips on top, and then it's drizzled with milk chocolate.
I saw that you do a chocolate pretzel pizza.
Yes, we do a chocolate pretzel pizza where we layer different varieties of the pretzels, milk, dark and white, and then we lace it with, our connector is caramel, which ties them all together, and then we drizzle some milk for the another topping, and then white for the cheese, and then we use the little Swedish fish for anchovies, and then
That's
we do
sick.
I know.
M&Ms, and then for Valentine's Day, we actually have the little conversation cards on top of those.
Oh,
Little personal ones.
Right.
Now, there's something about salt and sweet.
Oh my gosh, it's
This is a
wonderful.
combination, especially the pretzels.
Mhm.
Now, are you allowed to divulge the pretzels you guys use, or?
We do use Snyder's pretzels.
They're one of the best.
They're one of the best. I've had, I know people try to say, bigger's better, and then you try to use the thicker pretzel. You can't. It burns the pretzel. I dip it into the hot chocolate, it makes it so dry, it's not good. I try to keep myself, but, just that way.
So Carol, tell us a little bit about your journey. I know that you originally were a graphic designer, you had a graphic design studio for many years, and then you made the switch to candy. How did that happen?
It was basically just accidental. I was leasing, I own the property where the store is, so I was leasing that area to a couple, and they decided to move down south, and my sister-in-law and I thought about it. She asked me if I wanted to proceed with that business, and so we decided to do it
So
together.
there actually was a candy store
Yes.
in that location
Yes.
originally. Okay, that's good. So you have some building customers already.
Yeah, now, and your sister's your partner?
She was,
Okay.
but now no longer.
Okay,
yes.
I was gonna say.
She had some other business endeavors that she pursued, so.
I was gonna say, we'll have to have you come on to our family show, that talks about family business. Very tough, so, okay, very nice. So, now, or do you, you said, for your pretzels, you have so many different flavors, like, is there 32, I call them flavors, but,
Like ice cream, right?
yeah, but I mean, is there a certain number of them, like, is there 32
Well, there's
flavors?
about 21. We do
21.
about 21 plus, and we're always looking for, we do like a white cheesecake pretzel, and then we crush graham crackers on top,
Ooh.
and that is really, it just tastes like cheesecake, it's crunchy. And we do dark mint pretzels, we do a variety of sugar-free pretzels, we do a heat crunch, and we do that milk and dark. We chocolate potato chips, so we put them on top of pretzels.
Do you make chocolate covered potato chips?
Yes, we do, yes, we
And
do.
popcorn?
Yes, we do.
That is
The potato
really
chips are
good.
to die for.
That,
Yes.
absolutely, they are,
And you wouldn't think that that would go together. Potato chip,
Yeah.
chocolate. But almost anything tastes good dipped in chocolate.
Right.
Yeah, but even the popcorn, do you like
Yeah.
air blown dry popcorn?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The best.
I've had.
And a drizzle on top of
The drizzle
it,
on top, it
yeah.
kind of makes it into like a big
Okay,
sheet and
good
break it
pan,
up.
yeah.
Oh my God, you eat that all day.
And then what's popular now is bacon, chocolate covered bacon.
Everything's good with bacon,
That
sure.
I've never tried.
We do the strips, and we also make a bacon bar where we cook the bacon, crush the bacon, put it in darker milk chocolate, and that's really savory.
Wow.
You should get that
Yeah.
sweet and salty
Sweet,
combo,
salty.
always a winner.
Yeah.
And you know what, I call these cookie cutters. There's a lot of companies out there that cookie cut that type of stuff, and it's just not the same
Yeah.
when it's I'll call it homemade because it's being made right there.
Everything's hand dipped
hand
and
dipped and
created
stuff
by
like
Carol
that.
and her staff.
It's totally different. I mean, I've tried brands out there for the chocolate dip baking. It's just very processy. And we talk about processing. For you fans out there, I'll tell you what, like I said, in the candy business, you know, like when I was in it, and Carol was saying the same thing, you can't eat a Snickers bar. That's not real chocolate.
No.
It's really not, and it's just hard. I mean, it took me a while, it took me about 5 years to be able to pick up a Kit Kat bar. Now I eat them all the time, as you can tell.
Well, you won't have to because look at all these.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait till after break so we can come back and try some.
I know.
So, you know what, we're gonna go to,
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna
go
take
to
a
commercial
quick,
break.
we're gonna take a quick commercial, being tall straight, but I'm thinking about the chocolate. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, folks, and we'll be back in 90 seconds.
My name is Karonda Jones. I'm the owner of Kitty Academy of Mount Laurel, New Jersey. The 4 pillars of life essentials are developmentally appropriate curriculum, technology, health and fitness, and character education.
They give great attention to each child, and my kids are happy at the end of the day. Academically, exposing them to the state curriculum early, he's getting the exposure with the alphabet and the numbers and reading and writing, so I'm really confident in him going to the next level.
This year they did little pictures with the kids, and they made like popsicle sticks and made their own frames, and you know, it had a little picture. They were holding a picture that said, "I love you, Daddy." And literally that morning I melted. Everybody's friends here. Yeah, it's not like he comes home every day crying about the bully. It's like everyone's buddies.
The worst part about Kitty Academy is trying to get my kids to come home at the end of the day. They have so much fun.
He's my dad. And I have his eyes. I have his nose. I have his sense of humor. But now that he's getting older, how can I also have his back?
When the time comes to determine how you or your loved one will spend their later years in life, don't struggle. Solve it together. Visit Brookdale.com to customize your senior living solution today.
You're good.
We're back with Rynex from Chocolate Festival Heaven, and here's some of the most delicious chocolate goodies I've ever seen. Carol, can you tell us what you have here on the table?
Sure. What you're holding here, we have some dark chocolate raspberry jellies, which are really creamy and jelly inside, and they just melt in your mouth. And then we go to some of our pretzels, and we have these all ready for Valentine's Day, decorated with little hearts and larger hearts, and they're sort of milk dark and white. And then we have some chocolate-covered Oreos.
Oh,
With our little purse, and they have the little kisses on top.
That's adorable. What a great gift.
Great for the teenager.
Yes.
And then we have some of our dark chocolate buttercreams already in a greenhouse box.
How about these? These are really cute.
Thank you. Little lips, and they're, for
Yeah.
the grandchildren or young
Just a
children.
little extra gift you could pop it
Yeah,
on top
exactly.
of your card or go to the top of your card.
Exactly. And then we have our traditional heart, which is filled with our milk and dark chocolate.
Yeah, and I want to point out to everyone, look, you may see this box maybe somewhere, but the chocolates inside are totally different. So, yeah, I don't want to mention that other company.
Well, that's okay.
But, now I gotta ask, can I try one of these?
Well, do you like to try some buttercream? Do you like to try pretzels or
Pretzels, I'm a pretzel guy.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Look at the purple on that.
I know, that's why,
Amazing.
this is in like 60s pretzel when you start, you know.
Oh boy, here we go. Ready?
Hold on. Screws in it.
Wow.
Hold on.
Absolutely the best.
Absolutely. Just leave your hand drip out from processed chocolate. Stuff right there, too.
And crispy,
Crispy.
and crunchy, and salty.
Awesome. Now, where can you tell us where you can find your shop? Excuse me.
Well, our core store is 416 Brereton Avenue in Acton, New Jersey. And we're also located in the State Gallery of Shops in Ocean City on 810 Asbury Avenue. And we're Claremont, New Jersey, in Dewberry Marketplace on Route 9, in Claremont. And we're also online, www.chocolatefestival.com.
Now when you go to all the places you,
Well, actually, 2 more co-ops. So,
Okay.
I really just, keep the inventory and it's managed through the
okay, awesome.
So I'd like to thank Carol from Chocolate Pretzel Heaven for being on the very first morning coffee show. And I hope you will all have a chance to visit her wonderful, wonderful shop in Epsom, New Jersey, and get some great gifts for Valentine's Day.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, we're going to be back in a...
Ahead with the ball.
Football.
There's a shot! And it's in!
When I discovered the wonder of the path was easier to see. There ain't no other but the one I love. Won't you come deliver me? That's how it starts. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Everyone has an inner Mustang. Unleash yours. The new 2013 Mustang.
Хочешь знать, что я сделаю с тобой? Сначала я покрошу тебя на мелкие кусочки, а потом возьму и посыплю на большую чашу с мороженым.
I have no idea what you're saying, but count me in.
Peanut M&M for everyone!
Wait, what?
Ahead with the ball.
Football.
There's a shot! And it's
When I discovered the wonder of the path was easier to see. There ain't no other but the one I love. Won't you come deliver me? That's how it starts. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Everyone has an inner Mustang. Unleash yours. The new 2013 Mustang.
Хочешь знать, что я сделаю с тобой? Сначала я покрошу тебя на мелкие кусочки, а потом возьму и посыплю на большую чашу с мороженым.
I have no idea what you're saying, but count me in.
Peanut M&M for everyone!
And we're back, and our guest today is Jeannie Francis from Spirit to Soul Connection. Jeannie is a reflexologist, a Reiki master, a professional retired master gardener. She is also the president of the South Jersey chapter of the American Herbalist Guild. She's one of the designers of the Camden's Children's Garden. She works closely with the Horticultural Society of Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Flower Show, and she's here to talk all about roses and Valentine's flowers. Welcome, Jeannie. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Charlene. Thank you. It's a pleasure to sit with an old friend.
It is. It absolutely is.
So we had a conversation a while ago about Valentine's Day
Yes, we
and
did.
the meaning of flowers, and that in our modern days we have forgotten what that means. In the Victorian times, they were very important. They had messages.
Yes.
So there was something called the Victorian language of flowers. It was both in Europe and the United States. They were both a little different, but you can look these up online. Each bouquet that they made, whether it was in the house or whether it was given as a gift, had a meaning.
Yes.
And each flower meant a message.
Yes.
So when you asked me to do this, I thought, oh, what can I talk about? And so I did a little research, and one of the things I looked up is, why do we use the rose? The rose in the Elizabethan time was a flower that was just coming into fad. The original rose is like the roses down along the beach on the shore, lots of thorns and not many flowers. Well, after some plant breeders breeded them with other plants, they made this beautiful, fluffy, big rose.
That looks like American Beauty.
That is. And so not only did this flower show your class, it showed your prestige, but it also, at that time, showed your educational level, which was very important, especially in the United States.
Is that why the White House has a rose garden?
Yes, exactly. Prestige, money, and influence. And we can thank a man named Mr. Burbank, who really decided to develop the rose into the cabbage roses that we know nowadays. So somehow this beautiful rose became the symbol for Valentines, or for Saint Valentine, who was in charge of fertility and love.
And the color red also.
Yes. So during the Victorian times, a bright, big red rose, when it was given by a man to a woman, was meant for true love, fidelity, and forever in my heart. But we could also talk about baby roses, which are the little ones, mini roses. They significantly mean innocence. So if innocence is found in a bouquet that is given to a young woman, it's because the person giving that feels that person is pure.
Or young love as well.
Young love.
I'm never getting those.
A white carnation can mean two things.
Yes, it can.
It can mean innocence, or it can mean jealousy. So one would always wonder, if there was a white carnation put in the bouquet, what that was. Daisies or any type of mums always show young.
Yes, you.
Pure, like pure beauty, pure young beauty. This would be given to a child or a young girl.
I know when I was young and I was doing all kind of recitals, I always thought, well, okay, little tiny daisy mums or mums with a couple of white carnations. Little tiny daisy, yeah.
And then we have the pink tulips. Tulips are wonderful messengers. They can be given in times of sadness or in times of happiness. But if you were in England and you were part of the high court, this would mean someone's after your back.
Ooh.
So
I also read that the belvedere flower, if you send someone a belvedere flower, you were declaring war on them.
absolutely.
I just imagine men sending men belvedere flowers, and then you know a war is coming.
Absolutely.
What about a fish in the doorstep?
I don't know.
It's all these symbolisms that
I'd
are
like to get
used.
flowers.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
It's
no,
no flower, it's no more flower.
I'm gonna get stabbed in the back, but at least I know it's pretty. So there are many different symbolisms to different flowers, which we have forgotten. One of the things that was a tradition in the Victorian and the Elizabethan times is that if a young man wanted to be a suitor of a young lady, he could go to a older woman in town, who's usually a widow. This is about the only job that they could have. And she would be called a tussy mussy maker.
Right.
And he would tell the tussy mussy maker his feelings, and he would have her make a little bouquet, and before an event, he would take this fresh bouquet to the young lady's father and present it to the father. Then the father, depending on how he felt about the young suitor,
And what was in the tussy mussy, right? Depending on what flowers were in there.
he would then deliver it to his daughter. That night at the event, if she wore it in her hair, it meant they were friends. If she wore it on her waistband, maybe I'll dance with you, but if she wore it on her heart, he was the only name in her dance card for that evening. And that usually meant that Daddy was accepting him as the suitor.
Wow.
So even without conversation, without letters, without emails,
Right.
these little bouquets could say so much to someone in just a delivery. So on Valentine's Day, everyone goes out and buys the red roses. And I tell people, go out and find something beautiful. Put together something beautiful. I think a statement from a man to a woman is a single red long stem rose. That's the statement.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be 5 dozen. They're expensive.
And that also, statistics say that that is the most popular
Yes.
Valentine's rose gift, is a single long stem red with some baby spray.
Absolutely.
Well, there are other roses, have other meanings as well, like the pink is gratitude that we talked about, yellow, friendship.
Yes.
Orange is desire.
Yes, it is.
Right? And what about the purple rose? Somebody mentioned that the purple rose was a mystical color.
It was a mystical color, but in England, it would have been seen as maybe a standoffish type thing, where in the United States, it was seen as alluring. We weren't sure.
Purple rose.
Purple rose. It doesn't have a defined exactly what that is.
So maybe that's
So it's
why
mysterious.
It's mysterious, right? The language of the flowers is very, very interesting. I studied it years ago, and I'm so happy that you came on to kind of refresh my memory on all of those meanings and symbols of the flowers. Because it's not just roses, it's all flowers.
My favorite flower that I like to give is the bird of paradise.
Yes. Oh, they're beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful, and that's when I get I don't get roses, I get flowers, and I put the bird of paradise in there. I didn't put it in there.
That is a magnificent flower, and its
It's so
statement is
beautiful.
like renewal, rejoicing,
Yes.
bringing back to life.
Absolutely.
And it's exotic.
It's exotic.
And as a plant, it's a very plain-looking plant.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
the flower is so exotic and so gorgeous.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
And they are beautiful plants. Thank you so much.
Yeah, as I get older, I think I look at more of like green, like
Ferns.
foliage. We're setting up our studio, Charlene, I'm bringing plants that you bring. Like, I like that, but I mean, like, I like things that are with flowers and fruit.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I also now am going towards plants that will blossom, bloom, and then I can also plant outside.
And there is a language of the leaf of greens, different like Boston ferns, all these
know
have a
that.
different meaning.
Interesting, that's right, we like Boston
We
ferns.
both like that.
And Boston ferns are good for an office building because they give you fresh
We
air.
love
Yes,
them.
I love that. Now, you also do some herb.
I am a master herbalist, I'm a doctor of herbalism.
Okay, now is there anything for like potion number 9 for those
Is
guys
there a love
out there?
potion?
Yes, there is. There are different herbs that can be used that can bring on the more romantic feelings. And one of them is what you talked about earlier, chocolate.
Oh.
Chocolate is because it gets the endorphins in the brain to dance and be happy.
And
It
probably
makes-
gives you a little kick with the caffeine
That's
also.
right. So way back in even the Aztec time, they made chocolate, hot chocolate for the women who were pregnant or for those romantic evenings.
Wow.
So remember your chocolate.
Okay. Nothing herby though.
Ah, yes, there's.
Is there like an herb like, no, I'm not gonna say oregano.
I knew you were
But
gonna say
know,
that.
I'm saying like
There are.
something like that.
There are.
That's like, oysters are aphrodisiac, right?
Yes.
What are some of the herbs out there that are aphrodisiac that I can purchase?
Oat straw is wonderful for women. It gets
What
the
is it?
oat straw.
Oat straw.
It gets women very nice and calm. When women are calm, things are easier.
I'm gonna mess with that.
For men, it's kapha kapha.
Where does Kappa come from?
That is from Brazil. It is a
Okay.
Brazilian type thing, and they make in Brazil. They make it in warm milk or tea and drink that in the evening.
Oh,
Kappa.
Very
very
good.
interesting.
And there are many other things. It depends on where you're going.
Okay.
Well, tell us a little bit about Spirit to Soul Connection and what's happening in your brand new location.
I have moved to a beautiful location in the center of Merchantville in a gorgeous Victorian building that has beautiful windows that look out on the street. And so on one side, I will have a retail shop which will have herbs, herbal teas. We'll have a classroom in which we'll be doing classes on how to make herbal bubbles, how to
So
make
we're
bath
still making your
soap.
soap?
Still making soap.
And salt.
And bath salts. We'll be doing classes on that or come buy them. And on my other side will be a large open studio. We'll be having yoga classes, Tai Chi classes, cooking classes, and I'm back to doing, as I'm known for, my ladies' nights once a month.
Yes, they're fun. I've been there.
Come out and eat some healthy snacks and have a chair massage, have a reflexology session, and come meet other people that are just out to have fun. We'll also have a gallery, art gallery in that side. So every 2 months, we will have a new guest artist. Their artwork will be up for 2 months. And so I have friends that are artists, and whenever I ask them, where's your artwork? I said, well, it's in the basement, it's in the attic. So I've now said to my friends, I've got all these big walls, I need your artwork. So we're very excited about being in Merchantville. The town has welcomed us, and we're in shock. My husband and I just keep smiling, go, this is where we need to be.
That's nice, that's nice.
What's your exact location?
I am at 23 North Center Street, right near Blue Monkey.
Oh, yes, great place.
A half a stone's throw from the
Yes,
gazebo.
around the corner for me.
Yes, yes.
And you have a website?
I do. It is Spirit to Soul Connection, and I'll spell it. Spirit is Spirit. 2 is T-O. Soul is SOLE because I'm a reflexologist. And the last word is connection, so it is spirittosoulconnection.com.
Francis and her Mussy Mussy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, thank you. So sweet of you. It was wonderful to have you as a guest on the show. Wonderful to see you again. And I hope everyone will pay a visit to the brand new store that's opening March 7th. Is that your grand opening?
Yes.
What time?
We're going to start at 10 a.m.
Great. Awesome.
Well, we're gonna be right back after this commercial break.